Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers Midweek Reset with Anna, our 900-hour trauma-informed yoga therapist. We just want to welcome you this afternoon. I know I need this reset more than ever. It has just been I can't believe that Thanksgiving is next week. I'm like, wasn't it just Halloween? I'm just coming off of a very eventful, busy weekend where I was working day and night, and I haven't really, honestly, had much of a chance to move my body other than schlepping all of my stuff in bins in and out of my car. It's not like I haven't been working out, but I haven't been stretching it out, and I probably haven't been breathing as much as I should be. So I'm so excited for this offering today, as usual. A couple of quick announcements. We are still accepting reservations for our Friday night workshop, which is going to be a magic wand crystal wrapping making project / tutorial. So Stephanie, our new member, is going to be bringing in most of the supplies. But one thing that I would ask you to do to kind of have your own personal touch on it is go forage out in your yard or out in a town forest and bring with you about an 8 to 12 inch stick, one that you've handpicked yourself for whatever reason. Maybe it fell on your head or you step on it and look, now it's the perfect size. But try to go out and connect in nature. Take a moment to look around at the beauty of the end of the leaves falling and smell all of the amazing changes that are in the air. This is a time of year to be thankful. This is a time of year to slow down. Take a moment, go outside, find yourself a stick. Bring that stick with you, and then we're going to decorate it, and then you're going to have a divination tool that you'll be able to take home with you that's going to remind you about this community that we have here and how we are all connected to nature and to each other. And then that you can use on an altar. You can use it to meditate. You can use it to point at your kids when you want them to do something. Maybe it'll work. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And then on Saturday, I'm so bummed out that I won't be able to be here because I am in my yoga teacher training. But DJ Miss Isis is going to be back, I believe, for the 4th time, taking to the altar this beautiful Black woman. We love to support all colors, all races, all nationalities. We are the judge-free zone. We want to get more faces in here from around the world, around the globe, people with different beliefs, because we learn from each other. And I'm the most curious person you've ever met. So I love it when people come in here from a different culture, speaking a different language. Miss Isis plays jungle kind of drum and bass music. So for some people, that is kind of like a new language. So we are always so excited to invite her back to the altar. And she has accepted gracefully and graciously to come back again this week. And yeah, we're going to be also taking a pause on our Friday night group, the Friday after Thanksgiving. We will be here all day. That is what is known as Black Friday. We will be here from 12 to 6, and then same on Saturday for Small Business Saturday. We're extending our hours for Soul Saturday, and we will be here 12 to 6. But we've decided collectively to take a pause on the Friday night group that week because we're going to be really full from Thanksgiving dinner and most likely tied into a lot of family events and potentially traveling. So we just figured let's take a little bit of a break, but we will be back with bells on in December. And look for an upcoming fire cider ceremony. We're going to actually have a workshop on how to make fire cider, which is perfect time of year to really nourish our immune systems. Maybe take some of the stuff that you've collected at harvest and use it up and preserve it, right? Because when you make something like a tincture or something like fire cider, it can actually sit shelf stable for several months, maybe even up to a year. And that's a great way to preserve the nutrients when things are fresh. So get it while it's hot. Get on our mailing list, pcsam.org, and sign up for our newsletter, and that's how you're going to find out about the events and workshops that we have coming up. And a lot of the events are going to be a sliding scale. So if you are a supporting member, it'll be cheaper than if you're a non-member. So I'd just like to do a shout out quickly to our current members, because without your support, we could not provide this program. There's my announcements for the week.
Lots of things, lots of great things. Oh my gosh, those Friday events. They've been so great. I mean, for those of you out there that haven't come to a Friday, they are something special. So I highly recommend you sign up and come and explore all the different Fridays that we've had. Even though we're slowing down, then we can anticipate the next few Fridays in the new quarter of the year. So, so interesting that you said, you haven't been able to stretch, you've been working, and then we were talking about tinctures and using, whatever we have that, plant medicine to nourish our bodies, to up our immune systems, because.
Is that what you were thinking about today too, Anna? We're always in sync. I love it.
So yes, I would say that there is a parallel to thinking about, okay, so we all take supplements, right? We all take supplements, whatever it is, adaptogens, vitamins. We are supplementing our bodies so that we feel that they function better. But why, right? Because people tell us that we need these things, or maybe we get tested, we have some kind of vitamin C imbalance or something, like whatever, But I'm saying is that we nourish our bodies, we take the time to go out and get these supplements. And it's the same way, yoga is a supplement as well.
Breathing is a supplement.
Yes.
Also. Yes.
So that's what I thought about today. I was like, gosh, people really, we have to take our vitamins. I forget often, but, I know that I need it. And having the support around for like friends that, you can go with to yoga so you don't feel like you're going alone, coming here. But just making sure that in some way, shape, or form, you're supplementing yourself, even if it's a little bit every day, whether it's breath work, whether you're touching your toes. I mean, but then on the bigger scope, supplementing your life with this practice of breath and yoga, mindful movement, meditation, is a way to supplement your body, mind, and spirit. So,
the trilogy.
Yes. So, I would say that just like, I'm talking here on the holistic level that, the supplements that we buy over the counter, they're processed, but a lot of the plant medicine and tinctures, teas, and all of that is processed to a certain extent, but isn't as processed as, something that you're getting over the counter, given that, we would probably have to find those kind of easier supplements to take to nourish our bodies. But my point is that yoga really is one of those things for the mind, body, and spirit. It unifies, it feeds the heart, and it's just something that also boosts our immune system.
I was going to say amplifies.
Amplifies
I
our
love all
vibration.
these words. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that is definitely a parallel to your thoughts.
I think movement and the breath, especially as we are coming into the winter months, is just even more important because we're naturally moving in the summer, right? Mm-hmm. We're naturally swimming, we're naturally hiking, we're naturally out in nature. So as we're kind of reducing our time outside and increasing our sleep, because we naturally need to do that as humans, there's a study out that says that we actually need about 2 extra hours of sleep a night once we shift into the winter months, which honor that. Like, don't think of it as being lazy, think of it as self-care. But increasing your physical activity through yoga, through breath work is a great supplement to the fact that you're not getting like an extra amount of vitamin D from being outside.
Well, especially if you suffer from insomnia, insomnia plays a big, it's like, okay, this is so beautiful that we're going into this slower paced place in the year, but it's also a challenging time, right? Where some of us lose sleep over holidays, the anxiety that it could bring in. So these practices supplement those things too. And joking aside, those things really feed into depression and mental health. And so I want to really emphasize the importance of these practices that we provide and that are out there for yourself to resource, or just, talking to a friend, sharing with a friend.
I was going to say us. We're resources.
Yes.
Stan loves catching my shoes.
So because the holidays...
Don't smell those. I've been busy.
Are a time to, really come together and support those that need it as well.
Yeah, come down to Soul Saturday for that. You can bring your kids. I know a lot of people are really exhausted this time of year. I've got a secret weapon named Naomi. And she loves to take the little ones down to the park or, kind of distract them with the video game machine and get some respite, get a break, come down to church. All right, I'm going to take to the mat.
So supplement. Another way you can supplement your sleep and mood, yoga nidra. So you can, if you don't know what yoga nidra is, if you're lacking sleep, suffering from insomnia, or just need support and extra rest, I'm going to put that under there so I don't forget. You're really supporting your sleep and how much you need it too, because half an hour of yoga nidra equates about 3 to 4 hours of deep sleep. Whoa, when does that happen, right? All right, so my mat's going to do this. It's just going to curl, and we're going to work that. And I want to welcome everyone that's watching, and I'm so grateful to have Sandy here and Stan in the background. And I want to come into our seats, wherever you are seated, to come to our breath so that we can supplement our bodies with oxygen and the sensation of feeling renewed with the breath. And just getting comfortable in your seat. Maybe shifting side to side to kind of just remove the wiggles, even shifting your legs. I invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes if you haven't already. Always inviting you to anchor into your breath. As you inhale, feel the sensation through the nose, the cool air coming in. As you exhale, feeling the warmth come through the nose. Feeling the ebb and flow of the breath, the ease of the breath. With every exhale, releasing tension in the body. Inhaling what serves us, bringing in love, strength where we need it, guidance where we need it. As you exhale, releasing what no longer serves. Releasing sadness, releasing anger. Allowing the body to process anything that you need today. Giving yourself the permission to just be. Be with your breath. Let go of anything that has happened up to this point. And allow yourself to be here. Notice your heart. Noticing how it beats. Noticing your shoulders and what you feel maybe rolling them back. Noticing your hips and the sensations all the way down to your toes. Noticing where you are in space, the warmth of your palms, the contact points of your palms on your lap. Letting go of any busy thoughts through your breath. Inviting you to set an intention. Inhaling that in. Exhaling together. Swallowing at the back of our throats when you're ready. And fluttering the eyes open. All right. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Extend the arms out. Press the heart forward. Inhaling the arms up. Pressing the palms together. And bringing them down to heart. On the exhale, really slowing down your breath. Inhale, arms come up. Lengthen through the spine, through the crown. Exhale, press everything away. Tent the fingers, ground the tips of your fingers. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. And let's take that left ear to the left shoulder. Head comes back to center, right ear to right shoulder. Notice if it feels really, really tight, just ease into that tightness a little bit at a time through the breath. You can even walk the fingers a little bit further and just notice what you feel, or you can ground the palms. Let's bring it back to center, left ear to left shoulder. To center, and right ear to right shoulder. Let's come back to center. Take the chin to the chest. And then, keeping the chin there, walk the hands back behind you. I'm still tenting my fingers, or you can gently ground the palms in. Just stretching the back, the neck. Also creating a little throat block, stimulating the throat chakra. And then gently walk the hands back. Head comes back to center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower. Take that left palm, ground it in, right arm up and over. So you can twirl the wrist around, give it some movement, open up the chest, pressing the heart forward. Nice deep breath in, switch sides. Left side, left arm over the left ear, and then maybe some movement to the wrist. Pressing the heart forward. So notice what it feels like to bring that chest forward so that right rib cage turns up towards the sky. And then gently float that left arm down. Hands on the lap. Let's move the body around. Bring it around and around. So talking about that Friday event and looking for a stick to arrive to make something magical. Let's go the opposite direction. A walk in nature. One of the most meditative things that you can do, and to contribute to that, you can walk meditatively and be guided to what will be yours to bring it on Friday. And then come back to center, but take a lean forward and sway side to side. Just kind of feeling the top part of the upper body feel heavy, and then just kind of gently swaying back up to seated. Inhale, extend the arms up, reach up, palms face out. Let's hinge as you pull the navel in, place the arms in front of you. Nice deep breath in as you lengthen through the crown or slowly rounding. But what I like to do is I like to feel the length in the spine. So I take a nice deep breath and lengthen the crown. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Pull the navel in, kind of like you're reaching forward, and then begin to walk the hands slowly or finger crawl. And then gently you begin to round as you lengthen the spine. And I'm just shifting my rib cage side to side, just because that feels good to me, and you can try that to see if that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, gently walking those hands back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower. And let's uncross our legs and just come into a tabletop position. All right, so our hips are going to stack over our knees, shoulders over our wrists, fingers nice and wide. Then let's sway side to side and slowly press the right hip to the right and feel that stretch, and then press the left hip all the way to the left, feel that stretch. And then come back to center and then take the hips around in a circle. Knees will crack or pop. And take it in both directions. So whatever feels good to you, you can go circle to the right for a little while, for a few rounds of breath, or circle to each side, each breath, inhaling with a figure 8, exhaling. And then you can take it forward and back. And then let's come back to table. Take a peek at our feet to make sure that they're not turning in, keeping them nice and straight. And then let's shift the hips back. Extend the arms forward. And then gently walking the hands to our lap. Cat-cow, inhale, press the heart forward as we are seated here in hero pose. And then exhale, round in. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding in. Continue back and forth for a couple more rounds. And then come back to seated, and then come back to your tabletop. Curl the toes under. To stretch the feet. On the inhale, it's cat-cow here. Let's drop the belly, tilt the tail. Take the gaze up to the sky, and on the exhale, chin to chest, round in. Inhale, drop the belly. Gaze up to the sky. Exhale, round in. Tuck the tail, chin to chest. Few more rounds here. Two more breaths. And when you're ready, thread the needle. All right, so we're going to reach up with our right arm to the sky. And exhale, we're going to weave it through, drop that right shoulder down, right temple down, and let's extend that left arm forward. Option here, once you've settled into the stretch, to move that left arm, maybe bringing it behind you. Nice deep breaths. And then if you want to take a little balancing pose, you can just reposition yourself and then gently lift that left leg up. If you're in the balancing pose, coming out of it. And then if your arm is extended or in a bind, bringing it back to support your lift. Inhale, that right arm's going to weave back up and then gently come back or weave out from the left and come back to our tabletop. Inhale, left side. Exhale, drop that left shoulder, left temple, and extend that right arm forward. Nice deep breaths. Feel your lower rib cage expand as you take that nice deep breath in. Again, you can bring that arm behind you to open up the front of the opposite shoulder, in this case the right shoulder. Or you can bring it to support, just gently laying the palm in front of your face to support the leg lift if you're going into a balancing pose. So I'm grounding in, taking a nice deep breath in, and gently lifting my right leg up. And any type of movement here, if you want to twirl the ankle or find your stillness. All right, if you're in the balance, gently coming out. Extended arm comes back in, and then gently we lift, inhaling that left arm to the sky, coming back to our tabletop. Let's curl the toes under and take the hips up to the sky to come into our down dog. Nice deep breath in as you pull, take your heart towards the thighs. I got lots of danglies today. All right, so press the heart towards the thighs. Taking nice deep breath in. Inner elbows facing each other. And taking a few nice deep breaths, and let's walk our dog. And actually, if you can continue walking your dog, I'm just going to remove my top. Come back into down dog. We're walking our dog, gazing between the legs or the ankles, pressing the heart towards the thighs, elbows turning inward towards each other, fingers spread out nice and wide. Inhale the heels high, bend the knees, come into a hover, taking the gaze between the hands. So we're building strength here. Use your breath, pull the navel in. Gently press back into down dog. And then we're going to shift forward and come into a plank. You can modify, bring the knees down, But let's bring the knees down anyway. Turn the elbows in towards the body and gently sweep forward for an up dog. Curl the toes under. Let's shift back into our down dog. Let's inhale the heels high. Switch the gaze between the hands and walk the feet to meet the hands, forward fold. Option here to take a bind if your hands are touching the floor, to step on your fingers. So if you're doing this, take a nice deep breath in and lengthen, lifting the heart, lengthening through the crown. Nice deep breath in and exhale. The elbows are going to bend. And you're going to forward fold, elbows towards the shins. Releasing the bind and just allowing yourself to dangle, sway, releasing the arms and shoulders, releasing the neck and shoulders. Nice deep breath in, hands on the shins. Come to your half lift, pulling the navel in. And then let's root to rise, come all the way back up. Allow the palms to touch. And palms come to heart. Nice deep breath in, palms together, reach up. Reach back, press the hips forward and exhale. Forward fold, palms together, all the way down and release at the bottom of the fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, and exhale, plant those palms. Step back with that left foot and come into a warrior two position. So we're going to pivot that back foot and get it parallel to the back of the mat. And then we're going to windmill the arms up into our warrior two. So you can adjust your stance. Usually what they say is if you tilt the fingers down, that's about the distance between the feet, front toes to the back of the foot. All right, so take a peek to just notice if your knee is turning in or out and bring it to stack over the knee. Take notice where your body is in space. Let's contain the energy, pull the fingers together and bring them to touch. Tone that back leg, press through the back outer edge of that back foot, front toe plugs in. Let's reach back and come into a reverse warrior. And then come back to our warrior two. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, warrior two. One more, reach back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, side angle. So again, pressing that right rib cage towards the sky. Pressing through the feet. And then inhale, let's come back out to our warrior two and windmill the hands down. Pivot that back foot, and then let's bring the front foot back and come into a plank. You can come into a modified plank. And let's take a supportive side plank. So I'm going to pivot to the right, extend my left leg for supported plank, and open up on the left side. And you can take the gaze forward or take it up, or you can stack the feet and come into your side plank. If you want to take it a little further, that right leg can shift forward. Then you can play with the arms or take it back. All right, so let's come back to our plank or modified plank and take it to the other side. So remember to support the side plank, bring that left knee down and and you can take your balance. So really toning that top leg. Again, you can stack or scissor, or you can bring that left leg forward. You can open up the heart a little bit more. Breathing. And then gently, slowly shifting back the way you came in. And let's all come to a modified plank. All right, so let's take a wide-legged child's pose. Taking the knees to the width of the mat, allow the toes to touch and shift those hips back. Arms reach forward. Inviting you here to relax the upper body, maybe grounding the third eye, taking the forehead to the mat. You can also support your head with a block or a bolster or a pillow if your forehead isn't coming all the way down. And as you're reaching forward, really ground those palms and then press the palms away without moving the palms, keeping the grip nice and tight between the palm and the mat. Nice deep breaths into the hips. And if this is a little intense on the shoulders, you can just relax the arms. Maybe take the hands into a diamond shape, touching the pointer fingers together and the thumbs together. A few nice deep breaths, allowing your body to settle. Let's walk the hands over to the right side. Maybe that left hand stacks over the right. Really feel that stretch on the left side, ground that left hip. Inhale, we walk back to center. Exhale, shift all the way over to the left side. Again, breathing into the hips. And awareness to that right hip, allowing it to ground towards that right heel. Gently walking back to center, taking a little bow, and then walking your hands back. Knees come to hip distance apart, and coming back to your table. Nice deep breath in as we lift the hips up, curl the toes in, lift the hips up, and then gently take a down dog. Lift the heels, switch the gaze, take a hover, take the knees down just a few inches above the mat. Gently press back into down dog. Inhale that right leg high. Let's bend the knee and gently take a rotation of the hip. You can flex the foot if that feels good, or give a rotation. And take it in the opposite direction. Let's extend long. Bend the knee, bring it all the way through. So bring that foot all the way through. And then we're going to plant that left knee down, foot becomes flat. And then let's take a half splits here. Shift the hips back. And remember, you can use blocks to lift the body. And you can play with the sensation of lifting the foot and pulling that right hip back. Inhale, shift forward, and then let's shift back and forth a couple of times. And then shift forward, ground that left hand, bring that right hand into the instep of that right foot and heel toe the foot out. We're going to go into a lizard pose. So taking the right foot to the edge of the mat, allow the hips to gently shift down towards the earth. And then allow yourself to gently, slowly lower if that feels good. Otherwise, you can stay nice and propped and access your hip here. And then notice what it feels like if you tilt the foot on its outer edge. Pull the navel in, feel the length through the spine. You can use blocks even to stack and help you lower. And just checking on the alignment, making sure that that back foot isn't turned in, because that's easy to do and feels normal to the body. So, coming back down. Breathing into that hip as you begin to feel the shift in the hip. And gently bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Foot comes back flat and then heel toe. Right hand comes out to the outside of that right foot as you heel toe it back to center. Inhale and shift into a half splits and gently lower, taking a bow. Let's shift forward. Nice deep breath in as you exhale, planting those palms, lifting that back knee, and let's open up to the right side. Gently lower. Inhale, let's open up again. And exhale, lower. All right. From here, let's bring that back foot to meet the front. Come to a forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, a soft bend in the knees, and then let's root to rise. Come all the way back up. Palms touch and palms come to heart. Inhale, tone the legs, reach up, reach back, press the hips forward. Exhale, palms together, coming to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant those palms, step back with that right leg, and then that right knee is going to lower and shift back into a half split. Shift forward, lift that back knee, bring that foot back, forward fold. Inhale, step back with that left foot, lower the knee, take a bow. Shift forward, back foot meets front, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins for your flat back. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Pull in the navel, and then gently lower the hands. Take both feet back. Come into plank or modified plank, and then gently press into your down dog. Gazing between the ankles. Nice deep breath in. Press the heart towards the thighs. And if it feels good to exhale it out of the mouth, loudly hawing you can. Just letting it go, and then walking your dog, lifting one heel after the other. Bend the knees, lift the heels, and come to your hover. Shift back to down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee and circle the hip. opposite direction when you're ready. And then just noticing my hip there. You can do the same thing, just noticing how you're moving, and then gently extend that leg back high, and then bring it all the way through. All right, let's pivot that back foot. Inhale the arms up, coming into our warrior two, other side. Inhale, reach back for reverse warrior. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, side angle. And then let's come back to our warrior two and windmill down. From here, front foot steps back, come back to a plank. Press into down dog. Inhale, heels high, bend the knees, and then let's walk the feet to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, and then let's root to rise, come all the way back up. Palms touch, palms come to heart. Inhale, palms together, reach back, press the hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale, step back with that right foot. Right knee comes down, and take a half split. Taking a bow. Shift forward on the next inhale. Left hand comes into the instep of that left foot, and heel toe that left foot to the outer edge of the mat. And you can check that back foot. Maybe extend that leg longer to get into your hips, and then allow the hips to begin to relax and take the hips down towards the earth. Again, you can tilt the foot outward. So micro movements matter. So any way that you notice your movement will change the sensation. So just notice as you move gently where you feel it, how you feel it. If it feels good, it's going to feel tight. So there is a little bit of that, ooh, it's tight, discomfort. You shouldn't feel pain. If you do feel pain, I would ease off and make it just a little gentler. Noticing where you feel better in your body by repositioning yourself or modifying where you need to. All right, so hands come underneath the shoulders to gently prop yourself up. Heel toe that left foot back. Left hand comes to the outer edge of that left foot. Curl the toes under of that back foot. Let's take our little balance, opening up on our left side. Press through that right heel. Pull the knee and lift high. And float back down. From here, let's take that front foot back and come to a modified plank and a brief child's pose. Inhale, walk the hands towards the knees. Hip shift to one side, and we're going to swing the legs around. So sliding your bottom to the middle of the mat, so when you come down to the mat, your head lands on the mat. All right, let's take the hands in front of the knees and walk the feet a little more closely to you. Lean back and bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Bring the shoulders away from the ear, so draw them towards the earth. Slight tuck of the chin. Full body stretch, arms over the head, extend the legs long. Right knee to chest, squeeze in, flex both feet, tuck the chin. And then allow that knee to gently fall to the right side, extend that left arm long. Keeping both feet flexed. On the next breath, guide that knee back, squeeze in, and then take that knee across the body and come into your twist. So that right knee crosses the body to the left side, right arm extends to a half T, and then you want to take the gaze in the opposite direction of the lower body, so we're taking the gaze to the right side. Inhale, release, come back to center, and gently squeeze that knee in. Full body stretch, arms over the head, extend the legs long, reach for that left knee, squeeze in, flex both feet. Extend that left arm out to a half T and bring that left knee across the body, taking the gaze over to the left side. Inhaling, releasing the twist, and then bring the knees to chest for a little squeeze. Full body stretch. And then reach for the outsides of your feet or peace finger your toes and find your happy baby, rocking side to side. And then let's release here. Gently bring the feet back down to the mat. Arms by your side. And let's do a little tilting of the hips. We're going to tilt the hips forward. It's going to flatten out the low back. And on the exhale, we're going to arch by taking the hips back. So let's get some movement here. Moving the hips forward and back. And then from here, lifting the feet off of the mat. And we're going to extend the legs up to the sky. Our legs up the wall. Bend the knees. And bring the feet down to the mat. Gently extend the legs for a full body stretch. And then we're going to play with a little rocking or lifting of the bottom part of the body by lifting the legs and gently lifting the hips up. So this is using your lower abdominals. And this is how we get into shoulder stand. So just a gentle lift. If you don't feel like your hips are lifting or there's a little challenge there, you can practice this by creating a support underneath the lower back. And using the abdominals that way to lift the legs. And then this would go into a shoulder stand. Not that we have to go there, but I wanted to illustrate that this pelvic lift is important to the lift of the legs
because we're using the core, our lower abdomen, to lift the weight of the bottom half of our bodies. All right, so from here we're going to lower. Bring the knees to chest, take a nice squeeze. Hands on the knees, circle the knees. Take it in the opposite direction. And then floating the legs back down. Maybe taking a full body stretch again. Lowering the arms by your side. Allowing the palms to face up. Allowing the toes to fall open. And coming into our final resting pose. Shavasana. So any last movements that you'd like to do, notice how I just wiggled, or any kind of movement that you want to take, or any last posture. And then allow yourself to come into your stillness, closing your eyes, allowing the body to feel heavy, maybe tucking the shoulders underneath the body to help open up the heart space. Allowing the toes to fall open, the legs to feel heavy. Releasing any tightness in the jaw, relaxing the upper body. And of course you can stay in Shavasana as I take myself out so I can seal our class together. Stay in Shavasana as long as you like, or you are welcome to wiggle your toes and fingers. When you're ready, rolling over to one side and pressing all the way back up to seated, meeting me with our hands at the heart center. Inviting you to bring our prayer hands to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts. May they be divinely guided. To speak kind words in front of our lips. May our words be divinely guided. And in front of our hearts as a reminder to live love, to live full of love, joy, inner strength, courage, and grace. And for our hearts to be divinely guided. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for joining me on this week